Peace, everybody. So today, on this beautiful day, I want to get into specific dynamics between Scorpios and other signs. And I'm not the type of person to go talk about, oh, every person of every sign is like this, okay? So if you disagree, you disagree. So what? I'm literally just talking from my experience and other Scorpios I know and things I've talked about with people who, know the Scorpios very well. So first, I want to talk about the Libra and Scorpio dynamic. A love story. I love Libras, okay? There's something about Libras that just like bring out amazing qualities in the Scorpio. They're already there, but the Libras just like, the Libra's all about balance. So the Scorpio can feel very comfortable around the Libra because we can get pretty intense if somebody around us is imbalanced. And since, a healthy Libra is balanced within themselves and they have a high tolerance for just other people's capacity to be like different type of personalities. Like Libras have a high tolerance for different types of personalities. That's why a lot of times they're known as the social butterflies. They're known as very, like social and outgoing people a lot of the time because they can get along with whoever because they acknowledge that everybody's different. And it's not so much somebody's bad, somebody's good. It's more so people have nuances and the Libras embrace that. So Libra and a Scorpio together is just magic because the Scorpio could be whatever the fuck we want to be in that moment because the Libra's not going to judge you. And the Libra, I'm part Libra, so sometimes I say we, like I got Mercury and Mars in Libra and I'm October, so I got heavy Libra traits a lot of the time. But what I'm saying is, sometimes people could think like the Libra is about judgment because of the scales, but it's truly about, accepting the light and the dark. And the Scorpio is the perfect embodiment of light in the dark. People will be like, oh, Scorpio, dark energy, all that stuff, right? But yeah, we do possess that. Like a lot of times, like Scorpio women are the embodiment of dark femininity. However, it takes a lot of light to be able to move through this world with the intensity that we have as Scorpios. So I just want to give a shout out to my Libras. I love my Libras. Scorpios and Libras, we are just a match made in heaven sometimes. I realize you can kind of barely see my face with the hat over it, so don't mind how I'm wearing it right now. Scorpios. I want to talk about Scorpio and Scorpio dynamics this time. Scorpios is Scorpios. Man, it could be very complex. But if it's a healed Scorpio with another healed Scorpio or healing, the whole point of saying healed is the person is intentional about growing and improving themselves. All right, so that's what I mean when I say high vibrational healing or healed. Low vibrational means you stubborn, stuck in your ways, and you can't accept your faults and you refuse to change. That's what I mean. So a Scorpio with another Scorpio that have more high vibrations, they are gonna have a very pure love for each other. It's going to be a type of dynamic that cannot be broken by anything. And even sometimes people will try to come between this union between a Scorpio and a Scorpio because they'll be like, dang, that's a lot of power right there. That's a lot of beauty right there. That's a lot of just raw, pure energy. And some people will hate on that. But a Scorpio who's friends with a Scorpio or is with a Scorpio, they're going to know when somebody's trying to get between that and they're not going to care. Because I've had a lot of interactions with Scorpios where it's like, yeah, somebody told me that you said that about me, or somebody told me that you did that, but that don't even sound right. And this goes for like not just sun placements. This goes for like when people have strong placements in Scorpios. Because a lot of my close friends are either Scorpios or have Scorpio placements in very dominant, aspects. So what I realized is that some people can't tolerate the Scorpio and Scorpios together, but we don't give a fuck. We gonna have our fun together, and we also give each other a good amount of space. Like Scorpios don't get clingy with each other. What I've noticed in my life as a Scorpio is that when I get attached to somebody, it's rarely a Scorpio because we like our space, and we also like if it's true love and understanding of each other, understanding of each other, then we're gonna be there for each other. It's not gonna be like, you haven't called me in a month with two Scorpios. It's gonna be like, hey, how you been? Yeah, I haven't talked to you in 3 months, but I already feel in the ether that you love me. That's never a question. So I definitely got love for my fellow Scorpios. I also love that a Scorpio is always gonna hype you up. Like, man, it's not a lot of hating ass Scorpios out there, at least that I've encountered recently, that are just gonna just hate on you. Like Scorpios are some of the first people to be happy for you, to encourage you, to promote your business, just to show love. So shout out my Scorpios. I love all of y'all. And shout out to my main Scorpio bestie. You know who you are. So I only have time to talk about one more sign pairing with the Scorpio right now, and that's going to be Taurus. And I love Tauruses. I didn't always get along with Tauruses, but as I progress and improve certain traits about myself, I'm just becoming more and more. Huh? What I was trying to say is I'm falling more and more in love with the Taurus, but somebody had just randomly asked me, like, if I wanted some food, which is funny because I'm talking about the Tauruses, and we know the Tauruses like to eat, which is an amazing pairing with a water sign like a Scorpio, because Scorpios are big nurturers. Like when we feel true emotion for somebody and true love and, you know, just like real feelings, we're gonna make sure they're nurtured, taken care of, and all that. And the Taurus, like, they like to eat, and a lot of times the Scorpio loves to cook for the Taurus. And I'm a Cancer moon, I'm a big nurturer, and I love to make sure my partner is fed and all that. And another thing with the Scorpio Taurus dynamic is Tauruses are definitely lovers, and they don't really have that reputation of being lovers because they're an earth sign, but it's because they only like show people they love them when they deserve it, and when they know it's going to be reciprocated, and when they know they're not going to be taken advantage of. Something I love about Tauruses is their uncompromising self-love. A Taurus, like, that knows their worth, they are never going to compromise on their own value just to please somebody else. And as a water sign, specifically as a Scorpio, sometimes I need to be reminded of that, because I need to be reminded that, you know, just because I love this person doesn't mean I owe them anything. If I'm not getting anything back, then I need to move on with my life. The Taurus reminds the Scorpio that loving yourself is more fulfilling than seeking love from somebody who's not even ready to give it. And on top of that, Tauruses and Scorpios are very business minded, very about their business. You know, Scorpios and Tauruses are always going to get money, but that Taurus kind of imposes that seriousness that the Scorpio could sometimes afford to adopt more of, because we're big on loyalty and we're big lovers. Sometimes that could potentially cloud judgment when it comes to business and dealings like that. But the Taurus, they keep a clear, firm boundary between business and personal. I love that about Tauruses. So just to, you know, close this video out, I do have to move on with my day and go handle some business. But I want to say I love every sign, and to the ones that I mentioned, shout out to you guys for showing Scorpios real love. Not a lot of people know how to show Scorpios real love, and man, you Libras, you Scorpios, you Tauruses, you make us feel seen, and you hear us, and you accept us for who we are, which is a beautiful thing in any type of dynamic. And I'm not saying those are the only good pairings with a Scorpio. I'm definitely going to get into a part 2, so comment if you want that part 2. Peace and love, everybody.